Hello writers, Mrs. Damazi here with a new top-notch teaching lesson. This lesson is on persuasive writing and it's actually lesson 11. So we are writing so much. I'm here in a new writing nook that I've made for myself. I have a little table over here with all of my writing tools, and I have a window here so I can look out, and Murphy's actually sitting right beside me, my kitty cat, so he might pop into the video any moment. You never know. Remember that if you like these videos to subscribe and hit the thumbs up right below so that you know every time that I upload a new video. Today is an exciting day because we are in our second draft. That's right, we have began to write and draft all of the amazing things that you want to put into that second speech that you're writing. So yesterday you worked on the introduction, and today you are going to make a plan to write that first body paragraph. Remember that today you are drafting, which means that you are writing fast and furiously, but you're also going to be doing a little bit of revising. And I'm going to talk to you about that before you begin drafting today. Now, these are the things we've talked about: developing an idea, organizing your ideas, taking stock of your writing, and chunking your writing into paragraphs. And today we're going to go back up to organizing our ideas. One of the things we talked about when we first started drafting that first draft was how to connect our ideas. And so I gave you, I think, 4 ideas. Let's look at those 4 ideas again. For example, because, also, and another. Those are great ways to connect your writing. But I want to give you even more ideas that are going to make your writing sound even more sophisticated today. One of those ideas is for instance. If you use for instance in your writing, that means you're about to show what you mean. So you're going to give an example, and it's a very sophisticated way of saying for example. So it also means the same thing, but it's just a little bit more sophisticated and it's different, so you can use both. Another way that you could connect your writing is with therefore. Therefore means when something leads to something else. So you could say, for instance, if we were to build a place where kids could rent toys in the neighborhood, therefore they would have more things to play with. So it leads to something else. Another way to connect your idea is with the word since. Since is why something happened. When you spell it this way, it means why something happened. It doesn't mean the kind of sense that we pay with. It means that you're explaining the reason behind why something happens or happened. And then our last idea is as a result. When you use as a result, that means that you're explaining when something leads to something else. So it's a very, very similar to therefore, and it's good to have 2 ways to say the same thing, because then you can use both of those ways and you're not repeating yourself over and over and over again. Remember yesterday when you made a plan for your persuasive speech? I went ahead and checked off that I did that. I explained what is wrong with my neighborhood and I painted that picture. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to write about a place to rent games and have fun. So I looked at my notes and I wrote about a lot of the different things that we could put in a place that you could rent things. And I talked about why that would be great. But remember, you want 3 examples or reasons in your writing that are going to make somebody really feel your big, bold sentence. So here are the 3 things that I wanted to put into my writing. Items we could rent. So I wanted to name those items because a lot of those toys sound really fun and I want to play with them. And then playing with your friends. So if we had all of those toys that you could rent, it means that you could play with your friends. Jax, my dog, is trying to play with Murphy right now. You can probably hear him squeaking the toy. Murphy is not interested though because he's a cat. And then meeting new friends. So if we had a place where you could rent a bunch of new toys, you could also probably meet new friends who want to play with the same kinds of toys as you. He's being a crazy dog. Okay, let's look at my first body paragraph that I wrote today. While I read it, I want you to be looking for some of those words that I use to connect my writing and my ideas together. One way our neighborhood could provide more to kids is by setting up a place to to rent toys. For instance, we could have an area where you could rent hula hoops, jump ropes, sport balls, sidewalk chalk, binoculars, bikes, scooters, fishing rods, and bubbles. As a result, neighborhood kids would always have something fun to play with outside. Another reason this would provide more to the neighborhood is because then the friends would be able to play together. Since some kids may not have things like a bike, if they could rent one, then they could bike with their friends. Also, it would allow kids in the neighborhood to play with new friends. For example, if one kid saw another kid rent a soccer ball, he or she might realize that they have something in common. Designing a place for kids to rent toys would provide more opportunities to them. Now, watch. Look at all of these words that I used to connect my writing. For instance, I was giving an example. As a result, I was explaining what could happen if we actually did that. Another, that was my second reason, because I was giving my example. Since, that was talking about what would happen if we did that. And then also, that was my third example. And then for example, that was when I explained what would happen. Now, your writing list today, you kind of have a lot of things to do, so let's go over it. First, I want you to remember that great writers know that as they begin drafting, they have to think of strong words that will help to connect their ideas together. This helps your reader to know what it is that you're trying to explain and helps them see where you're trying to go. The first thing I want you to do is look at your plan and prepare yourself for your first body paragraph. Make sure you're in a place where you can do really great writing and you can write and draft fast and furiously. Then you're going to draft your first body paragraph. You're not worried about spelling or beautiful handwriting. You're writing and writing and writing. Then you're going to reread your paragraph looking for connecting words. If you have a lot of connecting words, awesome. You're going to smile and give yourself a pat on the back. If you need to revise that paragraph and add in some more connecting words, use some sticky notes. That's how I usually like to do it. I would like for you to have at least 3 connecting words because that's going to help connect the 3 ideas or examples that you have in that body paragraph. You need your writer's notebook, your sticky notes, and our connecting words list. Have fun writing fast and furiously and looking for those connecting words. I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.